Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for not releasing a video for quite some time. I've been a bit busy, plus I had hypothermia, mild hypothermia, for about a week and a half, which made me quite lethargic. I got this from spending a long time working on my computer in my atelier, which isn't heated, and my core body temperature couldn't get above 35 degrees. I solved this by stopping using a thermometer. So I have no idea what temperature I am now, but I'm sure it will fix itself at some point, like most things do, without the aid of artificial help. As you can see, winter has finally arrived. It doesn't seem like yesterday since the last snowfall, which was in fact in May. When I came out last night to get the wood, we had thick snow around, and I really thought I'd be making a snowman today, but unfortunately it's 1 degree above zero, so the snow is beginning to melt. But I'm sure we have plenty of time to build snowmen and igloos and shelters, and as I do so I'll let you see how I make them. A few days ago we actually had a new visitor in the garden, which my son spotted, and it's a creature I've never seen before here. It's an ermine, which is the winter version of a stoat. Now, I was wondering why we have a completely white and stunningly beautiful ermine in the garden when everything was basically green. Well, I should have listened to the animals. It obviously knew something we didn't, and now its camouflage actually fits in, whereas before it was quite a contrast. What I'd like to talk to you about today is about a true mountain man, and sadly I'm not talking about myself. I'll be honest with you, living here I feel like a complete noob, an amateur. Each year at Halloween, actually for All Saints Day, we go up into the mountains, very close to the Tatra Mountains, to an extremely remote village called Lesnica, and this is in the Pieniny National Park, and it is so isolated in this sort of Tolkien-esque valley that during communism it wasn't collectivized. The communists basically just left it to itself, whereas every other village was collectivized. Now, the people who live there are mostly Goral. Now, this is an ethnic minority of Polish descent and basically means mountain people, mountain folk, Gorali. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Some explanations are in order of why I've redacted the video. Mountain Man Goral. It was my choice ultimately to redact it. Obviously I've left certain parts, but a lot of it has been removed. The reason for this is my wife asked me to, because for her it was just way too personal and too close to the bone. She got quite emotional about it. Now, as I'm sure you're all aware, I'm a big supporter or proponent of free speech. However, I also believe in respecting other people's views and opinions, and in this case I decided to err on the side of caution. For those of you who did watch the video, think of it as like an OnlyFans unique episode. It gave you an insight into my family's private and personal life, and it also, hopefully, it showed you someone who I deem to epitomise hard, natural, outdoor living. Something which is so rare in modern society. Sauerkraut, which in Central and Eastern Europe is a traditional means of getting vitamin C through winter. Slovaks eat an awful lot of what they call kysla kapusta, sour cabbage. Most villages have like a small distillery, and the villagers, they bring their fruit after it's been mashed and brewed for a while, and the distiller will make it into alcohol, normally 52%. The most famous obviously being plums and slivovica, but apples, pears, these are also used. If anybody ever travels to Slovakia, one of the most popular activities is being punted on a wooden raft along the River Dunajec from Cerveny Klastor, the Red Monastery, stunning place, to the village of Lesnica. In the video I showed certain aspects of very traditional rural living out here in Slovakia, and as in many Slavonic countries. This is my younger boy, Alex, wearing an original 70-plus-year-old Goral kruja embroidered waistcoat and hat. These are original. These aren't modern reproductions. As you can see, he is brandishing a velashka, a shepherd's axe. And this particular shepherd's axe is original. This is not a touristic reproduction. This is a hand-forged original Goral velashka, which was owned by my wife's grandfather. As always, be redacted. Be free.